What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Keep It Cooler podcast. Today, I am recapping Game 4 of the World Series, Dodgers versus Blue Jays. Obviously, as you can tell by my demeanor, the Blue Jays got the win. They beat the Dodgers 6-2 and kept it 9 innings. Thankfully, we do not have to go 18 innings again. This was a nice and early game. It's not even 11:30 p.m. yet. It's pretty awesome to be filming this, not at 3 in the morning. Very happy about that. Let's dive into what we saw in this game. A lot of awesome stuff. Really, really great stuff. A lot of Vladdy stuff. Obviously, there was no Springer. We got to see a lot of Jays playing amazing against Shohei Ohtani, Shane Bieber, Chris Bassett. Lots of awesome stuff. So let's just dive into it. Let's start off with the really good stuff. We saw the Jays take the lead in the third inning with a Vladdy 2-run home run against Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani was looking pretty damn good in this game. He wasn't allowing any runs. The Dodgers were up 1-0 at this point, and then Vladdy went in there after Lucas got on base as he was the leadoff hitter because Springer is out with his oblique injury. We're not so sure when we're going to end up seeing Springer back. Hopefully we do soon, but tonight was clear that the Jays were able to handle business without their leadoff guy. So Springer hit a fantastic 2-run home run against Ohtani, and that's kind of when everything shifted. We did see an amazing duel between Ohtani and Bieber. Shane Bieber made his first World Series career start. He was pretty great, and Bieber owned Shohei Ohtani when Ohtani was at bat. So obviously, we all know, even when Ohtani pitches, he's also at bat. The last time he pitched and batted in the same game was the game 4 of the NLCS, where he hit 3 home runs and struck out 10 players. So, there's some concerns going into this game, obviously, with the way that Ohtani has played when he pitches and bats. But we didn't see that today. Bieber absolutely handled Ohtani. He struck him out at both of his at-bats, other than a walk. We also saw a strikeout against Ohtani, so twice. So Bieber just absolutely owned Ohtani in this game, and he definitely won this pitching matchup. Bieber ended up going just under 5 innings, throwing 81 pitches, allowing just 4 hits, which the last 2 were in his last couple pitches, and only 1 run. And as I said, 2 strikeouts against Ohtani, which 3 strikeouts in total. Awesome stuff. When Bieber left this game, also we were winning 2-1 at this point when Bieber left the game. So there was still a lot of baseball to be played, a lot of defense to be played, as well as obvious offense as well. Fluharty comes in for Bieber with 2 on, 1 out, and the inning scoreless. He was going crazy. We were going crazy. It was electric to see that from Mason Fluharty. Then we're in the 7th inning, and Ohtani's day is done after allowing a hit from Varsho and Clement back to back. There was 2 on second and on third with no outs. So, you don't see that a lot from Ohtani, where he has to leave a game after allowing a walk and then a double. So pretty awesome stuff to see. I know it was in the 7th inning, and Ohtani is Ohtani, and he's great. But the fact that Ohtani had to leave with 2 on with no outs is awesome of what the Jays were able to do. And in today's game, the Jays were actually able to get to the bullpen, unlike last night's game, the 18-inning Game 3. The iconic 18-inning Game 3. The Jays were actually able to get to their bullpen very quick, as in the 7th inning still, by the way, this is all in the 7th inning, Jimenez is up at bat, and he hit a RBI single, bringing Varsho home. So now the Jays are up 3-1. Ty France was then sent in for Nathan Lukitz to bat because the pitcher is a lefty. Still 7th inning, 2 on, 1 out. Ty France then with an RBI, out at first, but still was able to bring Ernie home. So I guess that's a fielder's choice. But still, France did what we wanted him to do, was bring Ernie home. Then we see the Dodgers, after switching their pitcher, intentionally walk Vladdy. After that, Vladdy, beautiful home run against Ohtani. They did not want Vladdy to touch that ball at all in this situation. So now Bo Bichette, who was in the cleanup spot today. Yeah, and by the way, I forgot to mention this. Vladdy was the number 2 spot. We haven't seen Vladdy hit a 2 since, I think, middle of the summer, I want to say. Maybe even June. It's been a while since Vladdy's hit in the number 2 spot, but it worked. And we had Bo at the number 3 spot. Bo comes on, 2 outs, big moment, and he gets a hit. We then obviously see an RBI single with that. He brought Jimenez home. The vibes were absolutely electric in this moment. Obviously, after intentionally walking Vladdy, Bo comes in super clutch, pretty much did what they did not want Vladdy to do. We then have Barger come up, and I predicted Barger to have a huge game because Barger had a lot of rest, I would say, in the last game because John Schneider took him out a little bit too early, putting Miles Straw in the game. Met with a lot of controversy because Barger is one of those guys that you want to have in a big moment of a game and would have been really useful in game 3 in extra innings. But obviously you can't put him back in after taking him out. So he was in this game, played the full game, and he came up clutch with an RBI single, bringing Vladdy home. Fantastic inning. It was a 4-run inning. Definitely something you want to see from this team, right? I know it was 2-1 for a while. It ended up being 6-2 in this inning. Just a great inning from the bottom of our lineup. We've seen that a lot this year where the bottom of our lineup is absolutely clutch, and we really got to see it in this game. And then obviously the top and the middle. This inning started with the middle, bottom, top, and then middle again. So we saw everyone do something, which is always a joy to see, especially in Game 4 of the World Series while the Dodgers are up 2-1 in the series. We then go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Mason Fluharty was great in the 6th, did what we needed him to do. We then bring in Chris Bassitt. Obviously, Chris Bassitt is a former starter. He was on and off this regular season. He wasn't on the roster at all for the ALDS, but he was on the roster on the ALCS as a reliever. And he's then been a reliever since in the World Series, and he has been absolutely electric, absolutely nails, absolutely lights out. And we saw that once again from Chris Bassitt. He comes in for the bottom of the 7th inning. Jays up 6-1. He goes 3 up, 3 down. He was on fire. We were going crazy. I'm sure the Jays fans who were in the crowd were going crazy. And one of those outs, by the way, on the 3 up, 3 down, was an Ohtani ground out to end the inning. It's beautiful. That's the way to end an inning, is an Ohtani. Either it's a strikeout, a pop-up, a ground out. I don't care. Getting Ohtani out is a beautiful thing because it was impossible. It was impossible in Game 3. I believe he was on base 9 times, 4 hits, and then he was intentionally walked a ton afterwards. So going from that game to then this game is beautiful to see. It's freaking awesome to see. So awesome stuff from Bassitt. We're then top of the 8th inning. There was 2 on, 2 out. We then see Miles Straw come in the game. Didn't love the decision. He was in as the leadoff hitter because Lucas was in before, and then Ty France was in, and then now they put Straw in. I understand to do it for defense. Still didn't love the decision, right? It's not a blowout game. We're only up by 4 runs at this point, and Straw strikes out and ends the inning. I love Straw, and people know that if you watch my podcast. I just don't love him in these situations necessarily, especially with 2 on and 2 out. But it ended up working in our favor in the end, so I'm not going to complain too much. We then go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Bassitt is still in. As I said, awesome to see Chris Bassitt. He has been amazing stuff. The only guy who was not available from the bullpen tonight was Eric Lauer, because Eric Lauer practically played a full game last night. He was absolutely amazing, and you got to tip your cap to Eric Lauer for the amazing stuff that he did in Game 3. So Bassitt was, another guy who's had a lot of experience, obviously. He's a veteran. He's a starter. Coming in as a reliever, he can play a couple more innings than any other guy like a Louis Varland or a Mason Fluharty. So Bassitt comes in the 8th. He's still in. He does allow a single to Betts to start off the inning, then a strikeout to Freddie Freeman, which obviously is always a good thing because Freddie Freeman is hot right now. He had the walk-off home run in the 18th inning last night, so always a pleasure to see that. He then ends the inning on a double play hit from Will Smith, so got a little nervous with the Betts single, but then it ended up being all right. Chris Bassitt, once again, absolutely nails, absolutely electric, absolutely clutch. Awesome stuff. We then see Louis Varland come in for the bottom of the 9th inning. That felt a little, not stressful, but it got a little stressful. Bassitt, I think, wanted to go back in for the 9th, but I think the Jays felt comfortable with Louis Varland. We obviously have seen his stuff this postseason. He has been one of their biggest guys in the postseason. He goes in, got stressful, bottom of the 9th, not going to lie. He allows a walk and then a double, 2 on with no outs. He then allows a run on fielder's choice, making it 6-2. Jays right now. Listen, it's about bottom of the 9th, 6-2. Stressful time because a grand slam ties up the game. He then strikes out Hernandez and then ends the game on a pop-up from Cal. It almost got stressful, but Louis Varland still had the stuff, and he was still able to figure it out. He still was able to save himself, because there was a chance that Hoffman was going to come in. We were going to use Hoffman's arm to save Varland, but nope, Varland was able to figure it out on his own, and the Jays won this game 6-2 in LA. Awesome stuff. And that confirms that the Blue Jays are coming back home. There will be a Game 6, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what happens in tomorrow night's game, we're seeing Trey Savage get the start against Blake Snell. We're getting a Game 1 repeat. Hopefully we get to see what we saw in Game 1, which was the game that I was at, where the Jays absolutely blew the Dodgers out with the Barger Grand Slam. That was the one that, as I've said on the podcast, one of the greatest nights of my entire life. Hoping to see a similar thing in LA tomorrow night. But no matter what happens tomorrow night, the boys are coming back to Toronto, and the World Series will end in Toronto. No matter if we win or the Dodgers win, the season ends here. And that is what I wanted to see going into this. I want them to come home. Whatever happens, it's going to happen at home. It's going to happen in front of the greatest fans in the world. Shout out to everyone who went to Rogers Center tonight, and really shout out to the ones who went last night and stayed for all the 18 innings. We have the realest fans in the world. And even if you're a bandwagon fan, I don't care. There's a reason why bandwagon fans, I saw this, someone said on Twitter, I read, where you're only really a bandwagon fan when you start supporting a really good team for no reason. If you just all of a sudden say, oh, you know what? I'm a Chiefs fan after they won all those Super Bowls. And it's like, why? They're like, well, they're really good, so I'm going to support them. That's a bandwagon. But if it's your city, and listen, I'm not saying you had to watch all year, but it's your city and you're like, oh, damn, they're doing really well in the postseason, I'm going to start watching again. That's true love, because you're going to cheer for your city. So if you're a bandwagon, join us. Listen, I was hot on this team early on this year, was called crazy by everyone. I was talking crazy stuff, got absolutely, roasted in the comments for saying that the Jays were the real deal when they were, I don't know, a below 500 team, maybe just a bit above. And now look at us. We're tied 2-2 in the World Series. I was confident this whole way through, and I'm really happy that I have the proof. I'm really happy I was doing this podcast when the Jays decided to have the greatest year since 32 years ago. Great timing for me for rebooting the podcast at the time I did. But listen, I called it, and I'm going to continue calling it. I've said it before Game 1 of the World Series that Jays in 6, and I'm still saying it. I'm riding with this team. I've been riding with them all year. I felt confident about this team when no one else did. This team is so special. What we saw tonight was so special. What we saw from the bullpen, which we've had so many struggles with all year long. And I know having Lauer and Bassett has made a huge help, but Mason freaking Fluharty, man. Louis Varland, these guys are coming up so damn clutch. And last night, I know Little is the one who ended the game. It wasn't the best pitch to Freeman. But come on, look how good the bullpen was all night last night. This team is so legit. So legit. And we did this without George Springer, too. And I was worried. When we found out Springer was not playing, I was freaking worried. And I'm sure a lot of people agree. But everyone did their thing tonight. And also having Bo at the designated hitter spot was really helpful, because he was able to play the entire game and not having to worry about defense. So we want Springer back, 100%. But no matter what, the Jays are the real deal, and they can get the win. I'm so confident in this team. I really, really am. Shane Bieber, there was concerns because of an early start in the ALDS. He was done great in the ALCS. And tonight, great stuff going against Ohtani. It's a lot of pressure. I believe Shane Bieber's only ever played in LA once before against the Dodgers once. So the fact to go in there with this kind of crowd, with this kind of energy, they're not a better crowd than us, but they fit, 60,000 people at Dodger Stadium? So to go up there, being down 2-1, this was a must win. This was a must win. Going up there and absolutely dominating against the entire team, especially Shohei Ohtani. It's special. It's exciting. I'm so excited watching this team. I'm really happy it didn't go till 3 in the morning, this game, but really happy about this team and this win. It was really comforting. It was fun, and it wasn't so stressful tonight. There was moments, don't get me wrong, but then with that big inning with the 4 runs, you felt weight off your chest a little bit, off your shoulders. Then in the ninth inning, you feel the stress again. But the boys pulled through. They did their stuff. Everyone did something as well. Let me look at the full stats here. Lucas with 2 hits. Guerrero with 2 hits. Bichette with 1 hit. Barger with 1 hit. Kirk did not have any hits, which is surprising because I could have sworn he did, but he did not. Varsha with a hit. Clement with 2 hits. And Jimenez with 1 hit. Jimenez had a great game as well, both on the offense and on the defense. Great stuff from this entire team. In the end, yeah, Bieber, Fluharty, Bassett, Farland. Great stuff. Bieber ended with 4 hits to end this game. Fluharty with 0 hits. Bassett with 1 hit. Varland with 1 hit. Great stuff from this team. And the Jays were hitting the ball really, really well against Ohtani and then against their bullpen that they had to use. So the Jays ended this game with 11 hits. So awesome stuff. Everyone was doing something. Get ready for Game 5. That game, oh my gosh, I'm excited. I'm nervous, of course, but I'm more excited about this team. I'm enjoying every second of it too, and that's what I said already. But enjoy every moment of this because we're in the damn World Series against the freaking LA Dodgers. Right? Who knows if this is going to happen again? I hope so. I hope that this team sticks together because there's nothing more fun than the 2025 Toronto Blue Jays. This team is so special. It is. It's truly just so... Oh, there goes my light. This team is truly just so special, and I don't want the season to end, obviously, but listen, if it's going to end with the Jays as World Series champions, so be it. Another thing, Halloween weekend is canceled. In my life, we are not focusing on Halloween because Friday night, even though it's Halloween, the Blue Jays will be on. It'll be Game 6. It'll be an elimination game, possibly against us or against the Dodgers. It's going to be pretty big. So I'm not going out to party Game 6. I'm watching this game. Maybe I'll host a little watch party, sure, but focusing on the Blue Jays this weekend. But no matter what happens, baseball's over this weekend, Saturday night. Either there's gonna be a Game 7 or not. Baseball's over this weekend. So enjoy every second of it. Truly enjoy every moment of this because it's so special to get to be in the World Series, get to cheer on your favorite team. Enjoy every second of it. Go Jays go. Trey Savage on the mound. Cannot wait to see the kid bring the stuff. I'm really excited. Hopefully Springer is back, but not so sure yet. We're not going to know probably till late tomorrow evening. But go Jays go. Huge win tonight. 6-2. Great stuff from everybody. Huge shout out to Chris freaking Bassett though. Man, him as a reliever is awesome stuff from the vet. Happy with his team. Go Jays go. Thank you all for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.